Today I'm going to be making a pair of musical notes, if you want to call it that. I don't really know what to call them. It's a double quaver is I think the words, and so it's a snub end scroll or penny scroll, bit of a taper, bar along the top, down, and another one. So I don't really know how I'm going to make it. I was thinking I could make it out of two pieces and then scarf weld those together. I think that might be a bit much work, really, a lot of work to actually get those two pieces to how I want them. So I think I'm going to try and do it out of one piece, and the top bar is slightly thicker than the sort of two parallel ones of the actual quavers, and so I think if I can do the top one thicker, the bottom one's thinner, I can then sort of create an isolation and bend that around to get a nice square corner rather than having to do a big upset. But anyway, let's just get into it. I'll come over the far edge and create a isolation with about a cube of material, which we can then use to roll it up, forming a penny scroll, which will be one end of the musical note. I think before we forge this into a nice circle and roll that up, I'm going to get the rest of the bar set and ready. So that involves coming here, creating another isolation to draw this material down to a different thickness to this, as this is much wider at the top of the note than it is on the sort of parallel sides coming down. And then hopefully that isolation point will make it easier to create a nice square corner at the top of it. Hopefully. I'm going to take about the width of my step, I think, just as a rough sort of measurement, so I know how much material to take for the penny scroll thing on the other end of this musical note, or double note. So the shape that we're going for is that, with two circular bits on the bottom, that, and then this top section here is a little bit thicker than the parallel sides. So this is going to be that piece, then comes down to here, and so that is then, this point becomes the top corner. But I think before, don't need that piece of chalk, I think before I'm going to bend this to create that corner, I'm actually going to forge the circle out, as I think it's going to be easier, even though we are then going to be, this is going to be bent up 90 degrees, and so we're going to be forging on that to create an upset to get a nice square corner, even though we've sort of done a lot of the work there, hopefully, in putting that isolation in. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm making it up as I go along, as always, but I think we'll get this end forged before we put the bend in. I've got this little penny scroll roughed in. It needs a bit more work, but I want to leave that until after I've got this square corner all forged up. Is in forging the square corner, I'm going to be upsetting the material here, so I'll be hitting on this anyway. So I don't want to make that perfect, as I'm going to mess it up a little bit in forging, upsetting material in to get a nice pointed square corner on the end there. So this needs to be bent to 90 so we can forge the corner. I'm hoping I can just gradually work this nub of material down so that just sort of comes in line with that. I'm going to have to watch it here just so I don't get a cold shut of fold or a crack forming just in the corner there, but I think gradually just work it either side and just get it nice, a nice and sharp corner. Messed around with this off camera a bit, and we've got a nice, really nice square corner. That isolation really helps to get the material just in the right places rather than having to do a big upset square corner. It saves you a bit of time just getting that nice point on there. I've also gone back and just scrolled up the wee penny scroll a little bit more. So I've basically just got to do the same thing again, but on the other side, and making sure that when I do it, this penny scroll is coming in, not going out, so that it's actually a double quaver. Finished up. The little penny scrolls could have been a bit more even. They're not the best, but I had a good crack at it. I enjoyed making it. It was just a nice, fun, quick piece to try and make. I really liked that technique of making an isolation before trying to forge a square corner, as it sort of reduces the amount of work that you had to do to actually move the material into that square corner. Because, you know, usually when you bend a bar, you don't have the material at a nice point, and so to then get it back, you have to upset the material quite a lot into that area to actually get a really sharp square on it. But that isolation just sort of went around all that work, and just I had it done in about 2 heats, whereas usually with a square corner you're faffing around for quite a while. But anyway, there you are, a nice little double music note for a little thing to make in the afternoon. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one, hopefully.